So a lot of people have been asking me in the past, like what kind of settings I use. So I could just go over them right now in the shooting range, real quick. Um, for sensitivity, I used to always use 10 10 10, which is what I also said in one of the comments. Now I use 8 8 on X and Y axis and 9 on acceleration strength. I did use 10 10 10 in the past, but I remember hearing a lot of people saying they were using like a lower sense, and I also felt like I was missing shots that I wasn't supposed to miss, you know? Like especially at like longer ranges, because if you have a high sensitivity, you're more likely to like, overshoot, you know what I mean? Overshoot your target. And a lower sensitivity kinda helps at like longer ranges. Now, one of the advantages of like high sense though is for champs like Endro or Eevee, where you can dash around, hit shots, dash some more, or soar and blink, all that stuff. So for movement champions, the higher sense is better, I would say, but at longer ranges, it's gonna be a lot harder for a controller. Um, and I got the inner dead zone on minimum, outer dead zone on minimum, and I don't think there's any. I guess aim assist strength 100. There's no reason to put this down, in my opinion, unless you're doing like a challenge. You want to challenge yourselves maybe. But yeah, is there anything in here? Yeah, I use the purple reticle color because it stands out the most in most maps. I used to use the yellow one, but the thing with the yellow one is that there's like the map Brightmarsh, for instance. You literally cannot see your reticle. At least I can't. So I decided to go with the pink one. It works in most maps. I think Ascension Peak it's a little hard sometimes, but for the most part it works. Reticle type. At the moment I use the dot, but you can also go for the precise one. Those are the two best ones in my opinion. At the moment I'm using dot, but in the past I've mostly used precise. But at the moment I'm liking the dot filter, not filter, the dot reticle type. Yeah, show card cooldowns enabled. I don't know, these settings don't really matter too much. This one does though, show allied death markers. In my opinion it takes so much on space on your screen that you cannot see the enemy sometimes. It's really annoying if you have this enabled. I do have centered skill bar enabled. If you disable it, it shows up on the right side. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, the reason I'm like making this video is because a lot of people. Oh, one more thing. The turn acceleration mode on dynamic. I think there's also people using classic a lot, I think. But I feel like classic just doesn't feel natural or something. I don't know. I haven't played with classic in a long time. Dynamic just feels the best. I think that's the standard one as well. Yeah, but you can change this if you want. All these settings though, they're all, personal. If you like a 10-10 sense, you should play with 10-10 sense. If you like a 4 sense or 3 sense, you should play with the 4 and 3 sense, But like the higher sense works better with mobile champions, and the lower sense works better with the more like stationary champions, I guess, like maybe Victor, Talus, stuff like that. If you want to go with more vertical mobility, like Andro, you can use a higher sense. It just all depends on your preference. Or Maeve. Maeve is also very mobile. So yeah, that's it.